Hi viewers, if you are a Citibank customer or an employee, you might be hearing this news very recently that Citibank is going to exit from some 13 global markets. So let's see why Citibank has come up with the decision and what are its implications for the global market and the balance sheet of Citibank. So with this news, you might be hearing one name, that is new Citibank Global CEO, who is Jen Fraser. So she has come up with a decision to exit from some 13 global markets in which Citibank was not able to have some particular profit as per the expectation of Citibank's balance sheet. So let's see the 13 global markets from which Citibank has decided to exit. This global market comprises of Australia, Bahrain, China, India, then Indonesia, South Korea, Malaysia, Philippines, Poland, Russia, Taiwan, Thailand and Vietnam. So these are mostly the eastern countries of the world. So Citibank has large presence in these countries, but they want to exit from these countries for some financial reasons and to maintain their profitable balance sheet. So the primary reason given by Citibank for exiting from all these economies is their retail banking profit. So Citibank was not having the expected retail banking profit from these economies, so that's why they have decided to exit from this market and venture into some other businesses in which they are having the traditional perfection and some expertise. So let's see what exactly is the issue with the retail bank profit. So along with this retail bank, they also want to exit from the credit card business, which was one of their famous business for these global markets. So let's see what exactly is the retail bank and its profit issue. So retail bank is also called as consumer banking or the personal banking, in which the banking facilities are provided to the individual customers rather than the businesses. So the main purpose in this retail banking is individual customer, and all the banking facilities are provided to the individual customer. But in this work, Citibank was not able to have global growth and come up with the profitable margin as per the expectation by the Citibank management. So that's why they have decided to exit from this retail banking from these economies. But they have clearly mentioned that they are not going to close down the consumer business in India or these in 13 international economies, and they are just going to sell off this business to the other entities. And after they have sold this business, then the company who will be acquiring this business or the banking firm will be responsible for the further operations. So after exiting from these 13 international markets, the focus of Citibank is going to be the wealth management in these 4 global markets, which comprises of Singapore, Hong Kong, UAE, which has the major economic hub, Dubai, and the London. So this is going to be the next project of Citibank after exiting from these 13 global markets. So why Citibank had decided to exit this retail market and venture into this wealth management business? So let's see the logic behind it. So wealth management comprises of tax services, investment advices, legal and estate planning, retirement planning, and to manage some affluent clients services. So this is a sort of lucrative service in which Citibank is already having the market. So that's why they want to venture into these 4 markets, and all these 4 markets comprise of Hong Kong, UAE, and London are the global market. So if Citibank is venturing into any of these 4 markets, so they can be a global player. So that's why they want to venture into the wealth management part of banking rather than the retail banking. Now the next question is, when they are going to exit. So any bank cannot exit from any country without following the norms of this country. So if we take the example of India, then Citibank has to comply with the rules of India's banking governing body, which is RBI. So Citibank has to comply with the banking norms of the RBI, and then they can exit from the country. So as per the norms by the RBI, Citibank can exit from the country by a valuation approach of sum of the parts, in which Citibank can exit from a country by selling some businesses of some parts of its business to the particular entity, and if all this valuation approach is cleared by the RBI, then they can systematically exit from the market. But for that, Citibank needs to have the other entity who wants to purchase this Citibank share for a retail and the credit card. Now, talking about the sum of parts valuation approach, it means if any company wants to purchase the particular part of a company of the Citibank only, like the mortgage business or the credit card business, so they can separately venture into that business only by purchasing the particular part of Citibank's management or the balance sheet, and they can continue this work by purchasing these some parts. So this is a valuation, sum of parts valuation approach given by the RBI for India in particular. Now the next question is, who will be the potential acquirers for the company? So some of the foreign banks who want to venture into India, they can be the potential acquirers for the after the Citibank's exit from the India. And other is some branch making businesses, can be who are already the existing banks in the India. So they can also be the persons or the institutions who can be responsible for the eligible peoples for the acquisition. But the motive of selling is only the retail accounts and the credit card business, and not the other businesses like the wealth management in India. So the acquirer will be able to have only retail accounts and the credit card accounts from the Citibank. Then let's see what is the market share of Citibank. So Citibank comprises of the 6% shares in the market for the credit cards, for which Citibank is mostly famous. Apart from that, let's see the branches of Citibank. They are 41, and they have 500 plus ATMs throughout India, and they have 1.7 million debit cards in India. They have 2.7 million credit cards in India, and 60,000 crore plus loans for India, which is quite a huge number. And they have very less NPA as compared to the other banks in India, and the percentage NPA is also 0.020%, which is also very less compared to the other institutions. And the Tier 1 capital, which means the capital given into the Tier 1 cities, is also very much high, which is a positive note for Citibank if any other banks wants to acquire the Citibank's profile. And talking about the other numbers, the credit card outstanding is also very high for Citibank, which comprises of 5% of the total market. And if we talk in terms of total retail exposure of Citibank up to the March 2020, it crosses the $4 billion, which is a huge number. So that's why, so in a way, Citibank is having a huge presence in India, and if it is going to exit from India, then some big players only will be able to purchase the banks. Now let's see what all will after selling some the retail and the credit card business. The retail and the credit card business, what all will be continued by the Citibank. India. So Citibank will be continuing its wealth management and the institutional businesses in India, apart from selling the retail and credit card business in India. So it's not like Citibank will be completely leaving the country. They will be continuing in some parts, like the wealth management and the institutional businesses, which are sort of profitable businesses for Citibank till now. So the next issue is, what's the status now? So Citibank is going to continue to serve its account holders until they are able to have some acquisition firms or some good proposal for acquiring their present business in India. And after the acquisition, accounts will be continued by the acquirer once the sale concludes. So as of now, if you are a Citibank customer or an employee, then all your services will be continued by the Citibank only. And once the acquisition is done by the Citibank, the other banks for the Citibank's operation, then the acquirer, who will be the next Citibank's follower for the Indian market, he'll be the whole authority for continuing the sales within the India. So if you are a Citibank customer or employee, then you must be having the thorough analysis of news regarding the Citibank's global operations for next some months, so that you will be completely able to understand what exactly is happening in the global management of Citibank and what are the next projects of Citibank. That's all for now. Thank you.